Hello and welcome to the Dias Podcast. I am your host, Brandon Card, and today I will be showing you Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the Heroic Pit Raid, Phase 1. This is against the Gamorrean Captain. My team is currently focusing down the ads. Basically what I want to do is take out the left pig and then take out the right pig. At the same time, I'm also using Jin to keep the Gamorrean Captain's turn meter down while I am doing this. The reason why I use this team is primarily just for Jin Erso. Her Truncheon Strike ability can knock down the opponent's entire turn meter and give that to herself. What's great about that is it also has a cooldown of 2 turns, which means she basically goes, takes all that turn meter, goes again, and then when her speed gets her back up to full turn meter, she's generally doing Truncheon Strike again before the Gamorrean Captain gets to go. Biston also has some turn meter down ability. He's basically her backup. That's really the only reason why he's there. When I get a little bit more confident with just using Jin, I may drop him for either more damage or maybe some other abilities. I'm not greatly enthused with him. R2 may be a better choice because he gives some extra accuracy, and his burning ability allows me to reduce evasion. The problem with that is that he's part of my T-Bow R2 combo, but I don't really need to throw more than one team into the raid, so I may experiment with him next time. And if I do, hopefully I will be able to record that for you guys, if anybody cares. Wedge and Biggs are there for damage. That's all. Wedge has a defense down on his basic, which allows everybody to do more damage. And he also does just a crap ton of damage, a ridiculous amount of damage. I think he's doing, when he crits, it's about 30k, yeah, 32k there. So he and Biggs do massive amounts of damage. Biggs doesn't do as much damage by himself, but he has an assist ability, which not only calls Wedge and another ally, a random ally, but it also gives them plus 75 crit chance, which basically means they crit. That's why they're there, is for damage. The assist also helps Jin a little bit, which I'll get to, but mostly just for damage. Jin, the why I say it helps Jin a little bit is every time she crits, she gains 10% potency, and that is huge against highly resistant characters. So you saw me get resisted a few times at the beginning, but now she's not really getting resisted anymore. So that beats out characters like Biston and T-Bow, who have or can get high potency. I think my Biston is at 70% potency. Jin starts at 24% potency, but she just builds it up. Well, she got resisted there, but not too much. It's not too much for Wedge's heal to get everybody back up. Yeah, that's pretty much it for them. So fives, my choice for fives is not really my best choice, but my Jawa, who I'd rather have because he does more damage, he is only 6 stars, so I can't use him. Fives is there for slow. His basic can slow. And just as a technical caveat, I did not Omega Fives' basic because that makes him hit twice and he would be giving extra turn meter for very little damage reward. So I just have not Omega'd that ability. Other than that, that's pretty much my strategy. I will take fives out eventually when I get a better character like Jawa. Ultimately, I would prefer to have Baze Malbus because he has a slow on his basic, as well as he is a rebel and an all-around better character than fives, I think, at least in my opinion. I think he's much better. Fives works well in other groups, not necessarily for this. And at that point, maybe I will Omega 5s as basic. Who knows? We'll see. There may be a better team at that point in time, because I'm a long way off from 7-starring Baze Malbus. So you see, the other big strategy that I see is the Vader team. Vader Zeta ability is the leader ability, and it allows all Empire and Sith characters to do turn meter down 50% of the time they hit. The problem with the Vader team is I think it's a little slower than the Wedge Biggs damage, so I will probably use that. I may experiment more with my Zeta team, but I also get less consistent results because 50% of the time they're doing turn meter down, which means the other 50% of the time they're not. And so I get more consistent results with Jyn. So now I've killed the Gamorrean captain, the Rancor comes out, and I'm basically just going to let my team die. I'm not going to do any turn meter manipulation. I'm just going to let them die so some other people in the guild can have some hits before killing the Rancor. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching my video on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Heroic Pit Phase 1 and 4-ish% into Phase 2. I am Brandon Card, your host. You've been listening to the Diaz podcast, or broadcast in this case. Please come visit us on our website at thediazpodcast.com. Find us on Twitter at thediazpodcast. Email us at thediazpodcast@gmail.com. Lots of ways to get in contact us. We love hearing from our many adulating fans. Anyway, my team is now dead, so I am out of time. Almost 2 million damage on Phase 1 and a little bit of Phase 2. That's about it. Hopefully I will get into doing some more recordings for you guys. If you enjoy it, let me know. If you don't, let me know. Thanks.